All right, everybody. Hey, welcome to this Tuesday Night Live. Adam Levy here in all of Putnam Valley, New York. I'm at my mother's house, having a great time here with some family, friends, and neighbors, and just really great to get a chance to spend some time with everybody on our NuCalm X Team social hour, or half hour, as it were. And glad to be able to share some thoughts with you guys and just what's happening. There's so many good things going on today. I got a call from Stu a little earlier. He was telling me that we are now officially open in Kazakhstan as well as India. You might want to take some notes about that in
Oh,
case you know anybody in those small countries. Um, but it's pretty incredible how fast this is growing around the world. And you know, I, for those of you that hopefully you caught Super Saturday, I talked a little bit about the shift to digital, and that's something that I was kind of telling that story about how we have moved towards digital wellness, which is not something that has really ever been done in the space before, the way we're doing it with such credibility. And it was something I kind of had the punchline for it, but I didn't quite have all the details. So I had Claude look it up and do some research for me about some of the dates and some of the more of the details on the Netflix story, and so I put that into the talk I did on Saturday, and I was kind of blown away myself because I was saying,
that's
hey,
good.
we're the streaming subscription service model in wellness and network marketing, and that was kind of my punchline. But if you look at the actual numbers, that they went from 1.2 billion in sales just in the US when they were shipping physical DVDs to 45 billion in sales in now 190 countries. And I mean, I remember during that transition, I just remember going, well, shoot, I like getting DVDs in the mail. They got the extras on them, and you remember you had to make your list on Netflix, and like you didn't know which one was going to get there because everybody, of course, wanted the new movies. And I remember somewhere around there, and I should probably look that up, but somewhere around there, Netflix went public. Remember that? And I remember the stock, something happened to the stock. It like when they stopped shipping DVDs, the stock went down, or like it was like on sale. And I thought, well, boy, they really screwed up, right? Because I couldn't see the future. I couldn't see what they were seeing. And I think there's a lot of people in network marketing today that really can't see what we're seeing, right? Had you had bought stock during that dip of Netflix, back when everybody reacted to they're not shipping DVDs anymore, they're doing streaming. What's going on? You probably would be very wealthy today, right? Because this is one of the largest entertainment companies in the world now. They make their own movies and everything. So that's the kind of the analogy that I kind of saw, and I believe that we are in a place right now where people are starting to see it, and I'm seeing network marketers stop in their tracks and take a closer look at this. And what's happening is you've got people who are leaders in other companies that are doing quite well in whatever they're doing. They've been there for a while, or they're having great momentum, but they can't sell something like NuCalm. They don't have access to anything like NuCalm, and they never will, right? Because it's one of one. They can't go to their owner and go, "Hey, we need a NuCalm. Can you get us a NuCalm?" Right? That can't happen. So they're joining up. They're getting involved here. Some on the QT, some are doing it a little bit more publicly, and they're like, "Look, this is not in competition. I'm not selling, you know, shippable DVDs, right? I'm not selling products that are physical. We don't offer this, so it's not in competition, right? There's no competition, so they figure it as a completely different category in network marketing that they're marketing. the product that they're marketing, which it is, right? It's a digital wellness product, and they don't have access to it. So don't be afraid to swing for the fences and go and talk to people who you think might be set where they are, because even though they might be having some success, here's what happens: their downline is going to find out about NuCalm, right? People in their group are going to go, "Hey, did you hear about this NuCalm thing? They're in over 100 countries right now. They've got something nobody else has. It's helping with sleep. It's helping with stress. It's helping balance the nervous system, activate the vagus nerve, and it's doing it with an app that's $42.50 a month. I got to try this." If enough people go to their upline and go, "Hey, I got to try this thing," what do you think is going to happen to the upline? What are they going to do? They're going to see it as, I better grab a position first and now turn my people onto this, rather than it being the other way around. That makes sense? So you're going to see a lot of that. And you're going to see a lot of people come out of the closet who are, big names in this industry. We're starting to see that now. And I just want you to know that you guys are positioned in a place to know about this before all that stuff unfolds, or as it's unfolding. You don't want to sleep on this. I know it can be frustrating to watch, other people having more success or other teams moving faster. And, believe me, I'm frustrated just trying to keep up with the people that are also on my team, right? Because I got to have balance too. I have to have everybody win. I can't just have one leg win, right? I've got to have everybody win. So I'm here for you to team up with you and to, talk to those people and tell a bigger story when you get those folks on the phone, because all it takes is just one person who knows how to do network marketing and has been a leader in this industry, even if they're a retired leader that comes out of retirement, or they're in something else that's maybe they're looking for a change, and it happens all the time. And if you catch that person at the right time and you show them this, they are going to get involved and they're going to get really busy in a way you've never experienced before. And it only takes one, and then maybe another, but at least one before you go, "Oh my God," and you got a tiger by the tail, and now you're in multiple countries, and you've got leaders popping in from all over the place. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen to each one of you as you stay consistent and you just continually reach out to new people and start telling a better story, right? If you're still telling a physical product story today, you sound just like everybody else. Does that make sense? Because everybody's got a physical product story. If they're not, they're in travel, or they're in some kind of insurance, or they're in a gifting program, or they're in something that's crypto or whatever it is. It's something digital, but not digital wellness. We're the only ones that have a digital wellness product. It's the first time anything like this has been dropped into our space that's completely digital. And we're going to be open in, like Netflix, 190 countries. We're talking about over 4,000% increase in their business over a period of years, moving from DVDs to streaming. Can you imagine what Social X would look like with a 4,000 increase in your business? Think about that. Yeah, I see people clapping. You got it, Sandra. Absolutely. So I want to share my screen. I've got a couple of tools that I've built or have added that I want you guys to be aware of. I'm pretty sure most of you, let's see, I think it's right here maybe. I will share this one. Okay, perfect. Okay, so here's the ACE space that we put together for ACE for the X team. Most of you have an ACE system. If not, you're going to have the Social X app any day now. That thing should be live in the App Store, and when you do, you will have access to my space, okay? And in here are certain things that are pieces of information that I continually massage. And the first one I'll show you that I updated was the Networkers Global Opportunity. Again, incredible to send this to network marketers. And at the bottom of here, I've added a video. Hopefully you've all seen NuCalm for networkers. This is a piece that I did. It's about 22, 23 minutes. Really is, I think, some of the best I've ever done as far as presenting on this opportunity and how it's different. If you haven't seen that yet, it's right there. Then you've got some really short ones that were done. Then this great one with David D. and Jim Poole. And then at the very bottom here, I've added a video, and it's my talk from Saturday about the shift to digital wellness. It's about 4.5 minutes long. It tells that Netflix story that I did on Saturday. If you haven't seen that, this is where you want to find it. If for some reason you don't have the ACE platform and you didn't see this on Saturday, let me know. Just text me and I'll send you this so you can watch it. It's also available on my YouTube channel as well, on the X Team YouTube. So if you need to find it just by itself, you can find it there. Okay, let's see what else. Also, there was something that you guys, this has not been announced. This is kind of a it's good for you to be on this call Tuesday nights. You never know what you might find. Thanks for being here, kind of a thing, because you're not going to find this elsewhere. But underneath the science one, I added something to the science one that's really, really important. And I kind of make this a little bit of a needle in a haystack kind of a deal, because this one is kind of, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's top secret, but I'm going to tell you that it's unlisted. You won't find this on YouTube. And I'm going to scroll down here and show it to you down below. This one has a disclaimer on it and everything. Okay, so I did a three-way call recently, a three-way call. It was a four-way Zoom I did with Jim Poole, David D'Arcangelo, and a prospect of mine named Adam O'Sheen. And this is a recording of that Zoom. And it was a 45-minute Zoom. And it was a deep dive on the evolution of the NuCalm technology. If you've got somebody that's skeptical, if you've got somebody that has a ton of questions, that are really techie, the gentleman that was on here, his name was Adam. He was in a company called Ollie Life. You guys are familiar with Ollie Life? They've got these PEMF devices that there's been some challenges with. There's a lot of people making money with that company. And yet this gentleman was one of them. And over a year ago, he left. He quit because he found out that the patents they were talking about weren't all really official, and the science behind it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. And his integrity was such that he just could not continue to promote something that was less than on the up and up. And so for that reason, when he saw this, he had those kinds of skeptical questions. And so I put him on with Jim Poole, and he got all of his questions and then some answered. Things like, tell me about those discs. Tell me about the patents. Are the patents on the $6,000 device, or are the patents also on the app, right? These are the kind of connect the dot kind of questions that a guy that's been burned in our industry in the frequency space would have questions about. And so this is a really great education, but it's also just really a great deep dive for any sciencey type person that would really like to know the ins and outs of this evolution of going from a $6,000 device to a mobile app, and the efficacy of that transition and all the science that led up to the possibility of that happening. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Again, nobody's seen this yet. Of course, I've sent it to Adam. He was glad to have it. My prospect, who's not a prospect anymore, he joined. He's already enrolled a few people. But he was kind of in the, he was kind of just, in limbo for a week and a half, waiting to have this Zoom with Jim before he was going to engage, because he didn't want to get burned again. So anyway, he's now fired up, and we should see some good things from him as well. Also, if you go into the video folder here, videos, you can find that talk, this shift to digital wellness, in a video all by itself. There's basically Chantel introducing me on Super Saturday. And again, it's only 4.5 minutes. So if you just want to send that video to somebody, you can do that there as well. I do not have that other video, the longer one, in here. You can only find it in the science gem, the science gem. Working on some other stuff in here as well, and you'll get to see some of that later. Let's see if there was anything else I wanted to point out. No, I think that's about it. But everything gets updated here on a pretty regular basis, guys. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. A lot of great stuff in the no attribution folder. Again, these are all gems that you can send out on behalf of one of your leaders, one of your associates for a prospect. These are all available to send out. They do not have any kind of link that goes to anybody's website. And that's why you can send it out on somebody else's behalf. But outside of that, all of these others, they link somewhere. They go to your website, right? So you don't want to be sending that to somebody else's prospect. There are some folders being built here for some other languages. As you can see, we have somebody new in Slovenia. Cowboy signed up somebody in Slovenia. So we got Slovenian gem we're working on. We're working on some German stuff. Of course, the French gems are coming along and the Spanish gems as well. Those are a work in progress because there's lots of pieces and parts that need to be translated and overdubbed and, AI'd, and there's just always something to do there. So let's see. All right. I'm going to stop the share here and see if you guys have any questions that maybe I can answer. Also on Super Saturday, incredible bundle that Stu is launching. And I want you to understand the power of this. The organization that stems from Wisdom that went into Africa and then to France and now is in 30 countries, they have one product. They have NuCalm, and they're doing the volume that they're doing at $42.50 a clip, and they're doing half the volume of the whole company. They're doing a tremendous amount of volume, okay, and they're doing it again $42.50 per person, majority. Some people are coming in with the annual, no question about it, but for the most part, that's how they're building it, and they only have that one product. What I love about what's coming out is the SocialX app is also a digital product, will be available around the world and being built in multiple languages. That is an additional $10 and another 5 CV. Okay, so now you got $21.50 and then you got another 5 CV. And then the university is again another digital product, and the packaging of that at $99 tax deductible to be able to start a business and have that be the monthly with 50 CV on it. It's going to double, more than double, the commissions of everybody building around the world with that package. So again, they're making money right now, but 21.5 CV is what each person contributes to the comp plan, right? When it's 50, it's going to double. It's going to double their opportunity overnight. So as soon as that launches officially and is fully launched, it's just going to be an incredible offering for $99 with 50 CV on it. And I really see the checks going through the roof for people around the world. And so I really love that we're doing that. And then we will eventually get our physical products available in some of these other countries. I know Stu has put together and working with this Landmark, which ships from Utah directly to other places in the world directly, so we don't have to have warehouses. And from what I understand, it gets there relatively quickly from shipping from the United States. And so eventually they will get to try those other products and use those other products. But, and that'll be a nice added CV. But having something that has some CV on it that's only digital, like we have with this university bundle, is going to be huge all around the world. And they're going to see that opportunity and they're going to run with it and get the benefit. And again, that will also be in multiple languages from day one. I believe it's Polish, Spanish, French, and English are the languages they're starting with, and I believe they'll just continually add more. They've got the software, they've made the investment to be able to pull that off and do things in different languages. They've got a lot of stuff in the can already for that university. They've got over a month and a half worth of content ready to go, and so I'm pretty excited about what's about to happen globally. So we've got something really unique here. I know you guys are taking full advantage of it. Start to tell a better story, right? Start to get people involved in a bigger picture. Because even though you might not have anybody that you know overseas, somebody you know knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody overseas who's been in network marketing, who's been involved in direct sales, who already knows what to do. And you just need to find those people. You need to reach out to those folks because before you know it, all it takes is just one person that sees this bigger than you do or bigger than they do. And before you know it, this thing's going to explode for you. And you can earn income while you're sleeping. I got to tell you guys, I get up in the morning, half my organization's been up a half a day already. And I wake up in the morning, I turn on my phone, and there's 27 WhatsApp messages of stuff I need to answer every morning. Every morning I got to dig out because the rest of my organization's been up for half a day. This is not a bad problem to have. It's what we call a first world network marketing problem, right? Not a big deal. But I'm just pointing out that it's really great to know that you've got people all over the world going after their dreams, and you get to benefit by supporting those people. And it won't be long before you all have that same kind of situation. There's a lot
And
of
Adam,
ways. Yeah,
yeah, one of the other things is when people go in for the $99 package, you'll start to get an idea who your future leaders are going to be. The people that are serious about the business versus being you. We want the users, obviously, but it'll give you a good insight to who to work with.
absolutely. And the university is not just about network marketing. It's about relationships. It's about money issues. It's going to give you it's going to meet you where you are. You're going to learn about AI. You're going to learn the things you want to learn, the stuff that you're trying to figure out in your life right now. It's going to meet you where you are. Okay, and it's going to meet people where they are right now. And I love that about what they're putting together. I think Stu's analogy of his daughter getting out of college and really like, Dad, I don't think they taught me anything, right? That's real, right? My daughter just graduated college and she's taking the summer of Bryn to go travel. She's just started doing some hikes with a friend of hers down south. She'll be gone for 2.5 weeks. She has not really got much of a clue yet of what she's going to do. She's learned some stuff. She's got a communications degree, right? But this is the kind of thing that could really be helpful for people that are just wondering what's next and what do I need to do in life and what would I do I have interest in that I want to get better at. You're going to be able to do that with people with this university and again we're talking about a tax deductible $99. The entire thing, NuCalm, the app, university, it's all tax deductible. So it doesn't get much better than that. You have a business expense that's going to help you explode your business. So anyway, great questions there, Dave. Great points. Anybody else have any questions that maybe I can answer for you?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So the university does it all come together as a package, or is it separate to people who might not be in the business and just want the university for?
Good question. So people will be able to still buy everything a la carte, right? There's going to be people that already bought the annual NuCalm. Do they really need the $99 thing? No, they don't, because NuCalm's included with that, right? There's some people that just want NuCalm and then they just want the app. Okay, they can do that, right? There's people that are just going to be interested in the university all by itself. They can just get that. No question about it. So everything's
Okay.
going to be available by itself, but as a package for a person building the business, there's great savings, of $99
The
on
whole,
that for the whole package.
got
I
it.
believe Stu said something about if somebody's already done the annual and they want the university, they'll throw in, so they'll add the university and
The
then
retro it.
they'll throw in the app So that should end up becoming a wash for them for the year.
Okay.
I
And one
believe,
more question
go
about
ahead.
the discs or the
Yes,
patches or
yes,
whatever.
yeah,
That I'm confused on that because some things you do see, they still show that and
yes. So this is so key. A lot of people can get confused in that because they'll do a deep dive on NuCalm and they'll see that information on those discs. I
we
have
don't
them.
have it with through
No, we
Social
don't offer.
X.
So there's a couple of things, and this was a question that we asked and we talked about on that deep dive. And it's important that you hear the full interview so you actually get Jim's explanation of that, which was brilliant. And to give it to you in short, for somebody that is got PTSD or somebody that has is about to go for surgery, okay, they need to get you there to the departure lounge quicker. And those discs enabled that to happen, right? It just made it go quicker. But in reality, um, it was a very small fraction of the amount of people that really needed to use that and get there quicker. So they stopped talking about the discs. They stopped really offering them. I believe Jim said something like, now you need to do like a special knock at the door to get those. Okay, a secret knock. Um, and the other thing too is that, if we were shipping discs, that would mess up our digital story, wouldn't it? Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to be sensitive to that as well. It's not to say that there won't be something in the future that could be added once we are shipping to all over the world anyway. And that's something that David and he talked about. There's maybe a next generation of those discs because this is not some patch or sticker. This thing, they keep them in a Faraday bag. Do you know what that is? Have you ever heard that expression?
A what?
I think it's called a Faraday envelope. It's sciencey stuff. You're gonna have to watch this video. But yeah, so those aren't like super patches. That's not what they are, right? There's a lot going on there, and they are something that could be in our future. But again, not until we're already shipping products, physical products to everywhere, because we don't want to mess up that digital story, and so you're not going to see that. And even NuCalm is not offering that,
Okay.
except with maybe a special knock. Jim will meet you in the parking lot, and
If you know the
by the trunk of
password.
his car, he might get you something. And again, it was really just for people that needed to get there faster, like they're about to go under for surgery.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
great
Yep.
question though, and I think you'll enjoy that presentation then because of that. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was something that does come up from time to time because people have seen, well, what are these discs? What's this all about?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Once in a while it'll pop up in something and you'll see the picture of somebody with that on still. And I'm like, well,
right.
that's
What's that all about? Right,
yeah.
exactly. That's why the evolution of that technology, that talk, is such a good talk. And I think anybody that's curious, it's just good for your own research. But again, you'll every once in a while you'll come across somebody that's kind of sciencey, and you'll go, here, watch this. I know it's 45 minutes, but trust me, watch this. Right?
Okay.
And now,
Excited to watch
now
it.
you know where it is. Okay, good.
Cool.
And by the way, that's the only place that you'll find it. It's not listed. It's not on YouTube. Listed on YouTube. It's unlisted. So
Okay.
you got to have that gem to be able to find it. Okay.
Well, thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. You're welcome. All right. Anybody else got a question? As we are getting close to wrapping up here. Hey, Joan, good to see you. Kofi, glad you could join us. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Good to see everybody on here. All right. Well, guys, this has been fun. SocialXWebinar.com again for tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, I believe they're doing app training tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, of course, Thursday, David D is always doing something with the products. And that's at SocialXWebinar.com at 9 p.m. as well. Well, guys, this has been fun. This is Tuesday Night Live. Adam Levy signing off from Putnam Valley, New York tonight. And glad we were able to make it happen. Thanks everybody for being here. Anything I can do to help, just let me know. I'm here for you. All right, bye.
Great,
That's
All right,
good.
for
great
now,
job,
everybody.
Adam.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Adam.
it.
You got it. Bye bye. Take
Good night,
care.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye.